you see, networking is pretty simple. Be nice and have value. That's basically it. A lot of people can confuse this with, trying to glaze people that you don't really like, or just trying to lick ass a little bit and just, getting in there with people that you don't necessarily rate. You're just kind of doing it for your own value. That's all BS. Whenever I talk about networking with people, they always sometimes have a misconception about it that, you have to pretend to be someone that you're actually not. When in reality, it's not the case. Like, alhamdulillah, I'm very blessed. I've flown to Dubai, Saudi Arabia, New York, all technically because of networking. How? I'll give you three examples of how this has happened, okay? So, infamously, Dubai, I actually met Bouncer. If you know Bouncer, you know Bouncer. I met Bouncer, UK influencer, a couple of years ago in the UK. And how did this little networking opportunity happen? Well, the way I got to go to Dubai was he was in the UK, then he moved to Dubai. And when he moved to Dubai, he needed a cameraman and videographer and someone to help media, all that sort of stuff. And I was able to have that connection with him. So I was basically like the first person he kind of asked to go with him to Dubai. But how did I get that connection in the first place? Well, it's simple. He put out an Instagram story saying that he needed some help with editing and he wanted to learn how to edit. And I just, I replied to the story. I was like, yo, bro, I live in the same area as you. I can help you out. I've been doing YouTube for so many years and we can make it happen, like no problem. And what did I do? Basically, look, you offer value and you just don't be a weirdo. That's literally all it is. When you work with people don't want to work with people that they don't get on with. Someone could be paying you loads of money, but if they're giving you stress or headache or just they're not fun to be around in general, some people, they just don't want to do that. Most people don't want to do that. They want to be surrounded by people who actually make them feel nice and, they're not complete weirdos. So I met up with Bouncer. We met up for 3 days in a row and I taught him how to edit and then we gained that, that connection. And ever since then, we carried on working with each other. And then when the time came, I went to Dubai with him. That's example number one. But how did it happen? Honestly, again, look, simple case of just being a nice person, helping out, and don't expect anything in return as well. The whole point of this life is to give, yeah? Just give. You're blessed with some sort of superpower. I don't know what it is, but we've all got something special about us. It's your job to use that and give out to the world. And what happens, Newton's law, whatever it is, you give and you get, okay? You keep giving in the world, you keep doing good stuff, and naturally good things will come back to you, okay? But you should never do it expecting something to come back. You just do good anyways. Positive energy, when you spread it out, it comes back to you. I just helped Bouncer out and then got the opportunity to live in Dubai. It was amazing. Now, another opportunity that happened as well, and this one's a little bit different. I used to be a tutor back in the day, and I spoke about some of this stuff on my channel before. Subscribe if you're new, by the way. But I've spoken about some of these things in different videos, separate videos, but I thought this would just be all about networking. So another opportunity is I got to go to Saudi Arabia for the first time, which was crazy. And how that happened was, back in the day, I used to be a tutor. I used to be a maths tutor, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, I used to be a tutor. And I was very close with one family that I used to teach. Well, the son that I used to teach, I was very close with him. And I was just close with not just him, but his parents as well. And I used to, after teaching him at his house, sometimes I'd stay and have dinner, watch a movie sometimes, and my friends used to say to me like, bro, why are you watching a movie at the kid that you're teaching's house? Like, what's up with you? But bro, it was just a nice time. I had a good connection with him. The dad was a businessman, mum was really nice, son was like a younger brother to me kind of, and it was just nice. And then what happened was, when I was in Dubai, the dad and the son happened to be in Dubai at the same time, because the dad was going on a business trip, taking the son with him to Saudi Arabia to meet up with some billionaires. Yeah, crazy. And when he knew that I was in Dubai, he was like to me, yo, come with us, you want? Like, come to Saudi with us. I was like, you sure? Yeah, come for 2-3 days. And I was like, I mean, that'd be sick. And then, before I knew it, he booked my ticket, and yeah, I went to Saudi Arabia for the first time from Dubai. I met like serious people. When I say serious people, I'm talking about project managers of Aramco and billionaire sheikhs. I don't say this lightly, by the way. These are actual big players, and little guy like me from South London shouldn't have really been there, but sorry, my nose is very itchy. But yeah, insane. And how did I do that? Again, I used to just always help out, like help their son with maths and whatever. And I was always just, I don't know, just if you're like a naturally chatty person or relatively extroverted, because I wouldn't say I'm mad extroverted, but if you are a little bit, you should use this to your advantage, because again, don't expect anything in return, but these good things will come back to you. And again, not only did I get to go to Saudi Arabia, but the dad also managed to get tickets to the Wimbledon final, 2023. I think he gets tickets or something like that. But yeah, he invited me and his son to. I went with him and his son and his son's friend to the Wimbledon final. Novak Djokovic versus what's his name? Alcaraz, whatever. 2023. Bro, I watched the Wimbledon final. Them tickets cost like 40 bags, £40,000. I had Brad Pitt sitting like 2 rows in front of me. It was crazy, insane. And I went for free. Bear man were asking me like, yo, how the hell did you get tickets to the Wimbledon final? Networking, bro, innit? But when I say networking, it's not just networking like, go to networking events. That's another thing, networking events. My only issue with networking events is that a lot of the time, it's just a bunch of people who don't really... Maybe I might be wrong. Honestly, I might be wrong. But I feel like there's a lot of people who don't really have that much value and they're just going to meet with people. They're missing the main part about, bro, you need to meet up with people naturally, and you need to have value as well. You can't just be like an idiot trying to link up with other idiots who are also just trying to link up and get something from people. You need to give something. When I was in Dubai, I used to play football weekly. And it was a cool football session. We used to play next to the Burj Khalifa. It was wavy, man. It was so fun. And everyone there was a key player, honestly. Everyone doing crazy, sick things, We had Fred, who owns Sanucci. We had Musa, sometimes, who does the clipping and stuff. And this guy's a drop shipper. That guy does sales. This guy runs this business. That guy's retired. Like, everyone was doing such cool things. And it was like a networking event, kind of, because it was football, but you become friends with people and it just happens naturally. That's the key thing. You need to just go out more. I know it's expensive sometimes going out and about, but you need to just go out more. Just be a friendly person, because I saw a clip from Simon Sinek, the guy who wrote Start With Why, very famous book, and he was talking about that a lot of these guys who were successful, or I should say made a lot of money, a lot of times when they try to neglect friends and all of this, and they make loads of money, and they don't want to have friends, they don't want to be out and about, and they just chase money, what happens is at the end of it, the final feeling is loneliness. Like, they just feel a bit lonely. And I kind of resonated with that, because it's true. Like, what's all this success and money when you ain't got people to share it with? So it's good to just hone in on being very friendly, chatting with people, but not just people for no reason, just when it makes sense. I'm not saying just be a chatterbox, but honestly, just chat with people, smile with people, talk to them, ask them how their day is, listen more. Don't always just talk for the sake of talking. Like, listen to what people want to say. Everyone wants to be heard. So it's very good to chat to people, ask them about their day, find things out, and then when the time comes, you can talk about what you're doing and stuff, but when it makes sense. And another opportunity as well, the third example is, shout out to my guy Aaron. I met him as well, and I only met him like twice, and after the second time of linking, he runs a business agency. He wanted to go to America for a few weeks. And he wanted a videographer, and I'd only met him twice, yeah. But long story short, I ended up getting flown out to New York, and I lived with him for 3 weeks in Airbnbs, and it was lit. It was so fun. And again, offered value. I had 8+ years or whatever it may have been doing videography and YouTube and whatnot, editing content. And not only that, I was nice to be with, because think about it, I'm going to be living with him. He's going to be living with me for like 3 weeks, and we've barely known each other. So I need to be someone that's trustworthy and reliable. And how did it happen? Again, just being a normal person. Now, another thing that can help as well is when you've got an Instagram account that is actually like presentable. An Instagram account is like a CV these days. Another random example again. This is where it ties back to having a reliable an Instagram account. Kelly Wakasa, a YouTuber from New York that I really, really rate. He's someone that I've watched for many years. He just happened to post in a story, yo, I'm going from London to Birmingham. He was traveling across the world, and he said, I'm going to need to go from London to Birmingham. Can anyone take me? And I replied to the story. I was like, yo, bro, I've got family and friends in Birmingham. I can take you. I've got a car. I'd love to. That'd be lit. And he probably saw the DM, clicked on my account, saw that I had social proof, like I wasn't just a weirdo. I'm not even because I'm like a YouTuber, but because I've got pictures of my face, videos of me with other people as well. Like, because he's seen me with a few other YouTubers on my Instagram account. It's like, okay, this guy is with that person, he's with this person, so he could be somewhat trusted. And then we linked up, and I took him to Birmingham, and it was a cool day. But he trusted me. Why? Because I offered value. I could take him somewhere. Had a bit of social proof. He knew that I wasn't a weirdo. And yeah, again, I was fun to be around. I wasn't a weirdo. I'm not saying I was fun to be around, but just don't be a weirdo is what I'm trying to say. Be easy to be around. Don't be too in there with some people. Like, bro, when I was with Kelly Wakasa, honestly, I don't rate a lot of YouTubers, but Kelly, I really, really rate and respect him. Like, his content is very unique, very creative, a lot of substance there. I really, really rate it. But when I was there, I wasn't like proper cringily glazing him. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I honestly really rate your content. I really respect it. And he was able to just chat with me. It wasn't like he was driving with a fan the whole time. So, anyways, networking, mad important. People kind of always think it's like something that it's not. It's really not that deep, bro. Just get out your yard a little bit more. Go to places. Go to football. Meet people. Travel a bit if you can. Just smile at people. Chat to people. Just chat to people, man. If you close yourself off to conversations, then you just shut yourself to opportunities. You never know who's walking past you. You could walk down the street. Let's say, for example, really random. Okay, let's say I've got that connector bouncer. I've honestly got that link to bouncer, yeah? Let's say I could be walking down the street and someone could really, really want to get in contact with him for whatever reason, let's just say. And there's an opportunity where I'm walking across the street from him, or we're walking on the same side of the road, and then there's an opportunity for conversation to happen, wherever it may be. Maybe we go into a shop and then we're both waiting, and then he's just got a bit of attitude, or he don't really want to talk to people, which is fine. But let's say there's opportunity to talk and he doesn't use it. He doesn't even know that I have the keys to like something that he really wants, and I don't even know if he's got the keys to something that I really want. You never know what people have, but people are walking down the street and you just don't know, fam. You do not know. Everyone has something to offer. Everyone. But yeah, that's how you master networking.